Hey guys, welcome back. Justin, Two Stall Garage. Today we're getting to the vehicle that kind of built the channel. We're going to turn it this way for reasons that are known. We're getting back to the vehicle that kind of built the channel, 2005 Jeep Liberty CRD. It's got the 2.8 liter turbo diesel engine built by VM Motory. And this thing's got a thermostat leak. So we're going to replace that today. We're using parts from idparts.com. And I'm going to show you everything I used. Got a little chisel, got a little hammer, got a little gasket and a little gasket maker. We got a drill and some scissors. We're making our own gasket for this today because these parts, they're getting further and further down the line. This gasket right here costs probably about $5 from idparts.com. And I just feel like it's better to make our own, keep the originals on hand. This is gonna work very well. Thanks for being here. All right, 351,000 miles on this turbo diesel engine. It runs great, smooth as can be, does not burn through the oil. You can see that I've got the old vacuum cleaner holding up the hood because it got down to about -20 and both of the struts failed. I think maybe one was hanging on, but the other one must have finally let go and now it just drops. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you through the process of replacing your thermostat. Very simple and easy to do. Thinking through the steps, drain the fluid, remove the air box, disconnect the connectors. Guys, this is what your thermostat looks like. This is housing. I got this from idparts.com. The reason I bought this is because I had an upgraded version on here. It was the old upgraded version, just to make that very clear. And I'd gone through two of them, and they just leak at the welds or the casting, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going back to the original standby. Not a knock on the upgraded version at all. I really like it. I'm just going to use this and I'm going to see how it does for longevity purposes. We've got our thermostat gasket. This comes from idparts.com. You can buy it. Obviously, it comes from there. But I went ahead and I made my own today. I'm going to show you what I used to make this one. See if I lined it up the right way or the wrong way. There we go, it is. Now this is that thickness right there. I don't have a mic on it obviously, and this one's just a little bit thicker. Not that you really need that, but we're gonna go with this one and see how long it lasts. Got the razor blade so I could cut it out, got the scissors so I could cut the outsides out, and the drill so I could drill out the holes right here. If you're gonna make a gasket, probably want to get the proper materials to do it so, but I just use the chisel right here and I hit it with the hammer. It does just fine. We're also gonna use the copper spray gasket. This is gonna go right here on the face. And the reason is we're gonna make this stick to that. And then we won't put any on this side because if you put some on this side, it really gets stuck right on the head. And I don't wanna do that. That is a disaster. You can't really get anything in there to scrape it off. It's fine, but I don't wanna deal with it. All right, I'll show you guys what I bought from O'Reilly. This sheet right here costs about $15. Flip it over. This is Cometic gasket, part number C15180. Now, I don't know if this is going to be coolant resistant. I'm sure it will be. But I don't know if there's different types that you should buy or not, but I think that's going to seal just fine. I told you I'd show you guys. There it is right there, 351,387 miles. And that's got no warning lights on the dash, so that's good. 49,000 until we hit 400K. And I think I might do a series of the journey to 400,000 miles. We're gonna see what we have to replace between today and 400,000 to see if it's worth it. Would you rather just buy a new car, have the payments, drive 49,000 miles and just pay your monthly payment, or are you better off taking something like this? No payment, piling on the miles, and working on what needs to be fixed when it needs fixing. Now keep in mind, there are a couple things. The rear differential on this, it needs fluid change. So we're gonna do that pretty soon here. The front diff, not the front diff, but the front axle seal, it is leaking a little bit. I went ahead and I made the mistake. I wiped off the dirt and grime that was around that seal when I put the new CB axle on. If your dad tells you, hey, there's any dirt on there, don't wipe it, don't clean it. If it's been on there for a long time, unless you want it to leak. That came true. I always thought, it's an old wives' tale, right? Nope, it's for real, it does happen. I picked up these lights a while ago from Harbor Freight. It comes with your top bar, and then you buy an additional light. It only comes with one in the box, and they work good. They charge up quick again, so I can't complain. I wish I didn't have to have this vacuum cleaner suction tool holding up the hood. It's in the way definitely, but I have to until I can get those ordered in from O'Reilly. I'm just going to take the negative off. Since we're dealing with sensors over here, mass airflow sensor. That goes right into your turbo. I think I'm just going to keep everything that we take to use to do this job, just put it on the bench. This is going to be a micro, what's it called? Micro, you guys probably know better than me. What is it? MicroGuard air filter. I think it works great. I think it's got good reviews. I think these will eventually be more expensive. Now I'm just going to pull the air box out of here. It's got 3 pegs in it. Don't be afraid. Don't break it either. 2. Last one's got to come out. There's 3. All right, now that the air box is out, the next step is going to be to drain your coolant. So, your coolant's right here. You really can't do this well without draining it because you're going to have fluid right in here and it's going to drain from the back as well. You can see where this has been leaking. See that right down there? You can see 2 spots. And then just right up here, it's leaking as well. Leaking kind of out every crevice potential. Not a big deal, that happens sometimes. We're just going to put the OEM one on and hopefully it stays. These OEM ones have a history of failing a lot quicker than the OEM ones did. Then you got to take the housing off, put a brand new housing on, etc. Now they fail open, so you don't have to be worried that you're going to cause damage to your engine. The way I notice it is if I'm driving down the highway in the summertime and it's kind of floating, let's say here's halfway point, and it's just kind of feathering over and then back, and you don't even have a load on it, feathering over and back. It's because it's not holding the water and cooling it. It's just running it straight through around and around and around, so it's kind of fluctuating a little bit. I also want to check in front. Now we've got an aftermarket transmission cooler right here, which kind of looks poor. We'll address that sometime later. It was just a for now type of thing about 4 years ago. But you also want to check if you're overheating just a little bit for your condenser right here. If that's plugged, it's going to block air going back through the radiator, which is right down here. Check that as well. About once a season, I will go ahead and take this front end off entirely, and I'll use compressed air to clean that up. Now I'd like you to keep in mind that we put a ton of miles on this. We last rebuilt this. We rebuilt the top end of this engine at 281K. Right there you can see new head and valves, 281K. We're at 351,000 right now. What's that going to be? That's going to be 281 to 351. Oh, my math. That's 70,000. 200, 300. No, yeah, what is it? Good night. 200 plus 73. 5-1, yes, 70,000 miles ago. Wow, look at that, we carried the one, we did the math the right way. Anyways, this is kind of a trick too. You guys can get a label maker. Glow plugs, 323,000. Battery, 320. Timing kit, 281. Head, 281. And valves, of course. PCV valve, 321, also known as like a CDR on some other diesels. How many of you reuse coolant after you take it out of your engine bay? Truth be told, I do this on what is becoming the regular because coolant is expensive. Oops, so are paper towels. Coolant's expensive, and it's not bad. You just don't want to get contaminants into your cooling system. So what I do is I'll just drain it out into this coolant only bottle that I've washed off the coolant only. There it is, kind of. I'll clean it up. And then what happens is when I put it back in, I put it through a screen, make sure I keep it from getting contaminants. And that heater, it's a great heater to have. But boy, it's loud. All right, swinging right down under here, you can see I got the coolant only bottle. It's all cleaned up. It's gonna have contaminants in it after this. However, it's fine. We will clean it up just like we did before. Let me see if I can get you a shot of this. There you go. That is where I got a 17, and I think it's probably actually a standard, but it's plastic, and it's kind of rounded a little bit. So it's just slowly draining. Not fast, but you don't have to go too fast. And once it's filled up this bottle towards the top, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it back down. That'll stop the flow. Ooh, that's pretty slow. We're gonna open up a little bit more. All right, here we go. This is our coolant. Once the coolant's out, now it's time to remove these hoses from your thermostat. So I don't know how well you can see. You can probably see a little bit. Here's a worm clamp that's loosened up. Here's a worm clamp that's loosened up. I am going to have to replace these because they've gotten so corroded unless I can clean it up from that antifreeze dripping down. And that is one of the reasons I don't want to do that. Now, when you look at the removal process for this, there's going to be a bolt right here. You can see it on my finger. There's one across the other way, and then there's one up as well. These two are pretty easy to get to, and I'll show you how to do that. Third one, you just got to use the feel approach. It's not a big deal. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. That's silly. Where'd Crystal go? Oh. Let's just start taking hoses off. Here's our small one there. Let's see. I have got a tool that I use for this. Here's your hose pliers, hose clamp pliers, right? That's what they're called. I'm going to use this just to take the big one off. It holds it right in place. Just give it a squeeze. Done. See if we can get this down the line a little bit. There we go. Pick that up at Napa. And we'll pull that off of there if we can. I am a little bit nervous about shaking the vehicle around a whole lot because I don't want this thing to fall on my head. Definitely be a blooper if it does, but that's okay. I don't want it to. Come on. There we go. Once you get down here on your Jeep Liberty CRD for the thermostat removal, grab a little knuckle, some call a wobbly bit, and this is going to be a 10 for me, and I grab my 1/4 inch ratchet. Is that working? Kind of. Okay. Well, and it wasn't very tight at all. And the gasket was not leaking, by the way. So that's good. Don't be afraid to get your long extension here. It's hard to get your hands in there. At least for me it is. It's going to be what I'm using. 10 extension. And I'm going to pull that first one all the way out. And you want to grab yourself a nice little magnet as well. Here's your first bolt. Keep it in the proper order in which it was removed. So I'll show you. Here's the orientation of the thermostat. I'm going to take this bolt and I'm just going to put it right through there, just like that. Set that right there, no big deal. Stay. Now when we're going for the other one, we're going to reach right down underneath and straight on through. Actually, I'm going to pull this bottom hose off. Yeah. Is that going to fall on my head? Hope not. Come on, you can do it. No, I don't want to break this hose. It's the only one I've got. in the garage. Got another one outside, I guess. But I don't want to go get it. Come on. Don't be so stingy. Be careful when you're trying to use your imagination to get these things off. Here it comes. As you can cause problems. That one's off. That's our last hose. Now I can go ahead and take the rest of these bolts off. There's just going to be 2 of them. Let's go ahead and find our next one. I can't see it, but I know it's there. There it is. Now you grab your magnet, especially before the heater comes back on, so I can keep talking to you guys. There it is. Yeah, so I had a lot of the antifreeze just dripping on it and drying up. This is going to be the top side. So as your thermostat sits this way, we're going to put this one right up here in the top. You guys see that? Get in there. There you go. Stay, that's fine. This last one is the one where you're going to need the wobbly bit. Otherwise, you might have a hard time getting in there. Potentially. Let's see. Can I see it? Oh, vey, all that stuff's just been dripping. That is why we're changing it out. All right, there's a closer look right in there. We're on it. Can't give you the greatest view, but it's just right down there. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this out. That is corroded. Oh, man. Not great. It's so corroded down there. That is the hardest that it's ever come out before. Oh, that leaking antifreeze is just a nightmare. Now is the time when you grab your magnet as well. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it did not want to come out of there. Can I see him? Okay, so you can see the real life work that goes into this. There is one more. Oh, look at that corrosion on that thing. Not great. There's one more bolt that I need to take out. It's right up here. It's holding on the viscous heater. I mean, it's not. It's actually a. It's holding the thermostat in place. It's just another mount for it. Right up in plain sight. You won't miss it. It's just a little bolt. So remember, that's the little one. That's your viscous heater mount. And I probably should pull this out with 2 hands. Look at all that corrosion, just pretty nasty. So this is what our problem was. Just look at that right there. Very corroded. I'm gonna have to clean that up. This thing was just leaking from every place imaginable, right down that side right there. So anyways, not a big deal. Look at the gasket, it's stuck to it. That stinks a tad. It'll be fine. Stay there. I'm glad we're getting rid of this. I'm also glad that I can clean this up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to squirt some PB Blaster into those holes to lubricate them up. That is just unfortunate, all that corrosion down there. And that's on the new head, right down where you see the thermostat outlet, the hole. That's the head. Just above that is the intake. Aluminum intake holds 2 cams. There it is right there. So I'm going to get this cleaned up. I'm going to throw some gloves back on. Let's keep moving forward. You probably guessed that this is your temp sensor. I'm going to clean these threads up and then we'll put it back on. Did I go a little heavy on the thread seal tape? Oh, I don't know. Wasn't leaking. So I'd say that was a success story. But I would like to get all this old stuff off so I can start new. I probably will go a little bit lighter this time around because I don't think we need all that much of what we had on. And there we go. You can get these from idparts.com as well. I don't find that these go bad too often. I have replaced an OEM and then an aftermarket and then this upgraded one again, and now again. It's been the same one the whole time, so they last quite a while. Now, as it would have it, here's the new one. I'm just making sure it's threading in to start. I'm just going to grab a little bit of thread seal, not much. There we go. That'll do. I always got to remember how I want this to go. We're just going to tighten it up, and however it lands, it lands. Yeah, just like this is good. There we go. Nice and sealed, and it's in a position where I can unlock it easily. All right, I'm back. Everything's going just fine. I got it all cleaned up. It was really messy. I was a little concerned for a moment just because of the corrosion in the head there, but it turned out all right. Right there, look at that. You can see the exhaust manifold. There's the heat shield that's on top of the exhaust manifold. You want to be careful when you get corrosion down here. That can actually seep in and make your exhaust manifold gasket fail. And hopefully that hasn't happened. I don't believe there's any exhaust leaks at the moment. We're definitely not going to take that off right now. Let's keep moving forward. That surface is all cleaned up and now you're halfway home. All right, this is the part of the competition where I'm going to put the copper spray gasket, high temp seal it on. So I've got our seal. I'm going to make sure I get this on the right way. I'm not going to put a whole lot on this. Remember, I'm not going to put it on the side where it sticks to the head. We don't want that. All right, we're going on this side right here. Are you ready? All right, let's do this. That's first coat right there. All right, second coat's on. I lean on this and I don't know if the whole hood's gonna collapse on me or not. Now I'm just gonna stick it on. And this will get tacky and stick. So I'm gonna put the bolts through there right now. That way it just helps hold this gasket in place. Make note of this. You can see this right here. I gotta widen out that opening just a little bit because I'm not even gonna get it. It's coming in on the side. Can I get this to thread in? Maybe right there. We'll see. Are you gonna go? Nope. Back it out. Well, that's great. Not happening. So something's not right here. It's casting or whatever. I don't know what else the problem would be. But it's on the side of the hole. Can you guys see that? I cannot get it to go in there. Well, it's not ideal. Got things piling up on the desk. What do I do with the drill? Anybody see it? Drill, where'd you go? Just holding it. All right, here it is. Don't get any shavings inside your thermostat housing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little paper towel in there. How about one right there? One right there as well. Seems like every time I cut to a shot with you guys, I've got, you know, the heater going. It's okay. I need some safety glasses here. Where are they? One bar left on this. Well, it'll do. Can't really see though. Whoa. You want to try from this way here? Straight down and in, huh? Yeah. Oh, sure, I ran out of battery. Oh boy, where are the other batteries? There it is. Hopefully by widening both of these out, we'll get them to fit appropriately. Whew, it's hot. This heater behind me is hot. Like a rumba. Thank you. That was enough. This is not exactly precision. Oh yeah. How's that look? Better? Looks good to me. You know what? Better do the last one now. Since two are off, the other one might be off too. I don't know for sure. Looks like we're making it. Yeah, that little bit helped. Well, here's the trick I'm trying. You ever tried this before? I got to go in blind. This isn't going to stay up. Plus, it's on a wobbly bit. So I stuck some paper towel in there. Yeah, that worked good. Remember that for next time. And I hope I don't have to do this for a while. Now that does have anti-seize on it. So remember that. That's good. All right, they're all tight. Guess we're going back to this right here. Our screen. We'll show you it when we're done. Oh yeah, don't spill. It's heavy. Now, just like any other time when you replace your thermostat, you don't want to see any leaks, and you want to see it come up to temp. You know, it's going to take a little bit of running, especially with the diesel, and it's cold outside, but we should have a working thermostat, and it should come up to temp just like it's supposed to. I'm going to start it up. I'm going to sit in it, even though I'm dirty. It's my vehicle, and I'll have to clean it up probably. Fire in the hole. We got everything out of the way. One last check, make sure I don't have anything sitting in the serpentine system. I always think I'm going to forget the hose clamp pliers. It's the right time to start it up here. All right, let's back it up. Well, I'm just checking things over here. I think we're going to be good. Just going to check this bleeder valve real quick again. Remember, this is on top. Don't break these plastic tabs if you can. Normally, I'd like to get a little bit of fluid just peeking out the top of that bleeder valve. I don't have it. It's just not going to get warm enough here as we're sitting, but the thermostat is working appropriately. We've got no leaks, and that is the desired outcome. So, thanks for being here. Stay along with the channel if you want to. Hit the subscribe button, be great. Just really appreciate you guys. I am going to keep you posted on if this thing lasts or if it kind of tends to wear out prematurely. Chickens are outside today. We've got more going on. Yeah, good stuff. I appreciate you guys. One more thing crossed off the list, 49,000 until 400,000 miles. And we'll see if this thermostat from idparts.com, if it lasts the entire trip. Bye guys, from our garage to yours.